What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is Whiskey Happens. That's Garrett Johnson. This is
Welcome
Travis
to No
Martin.
Nut November.
Well, that's true. Some people are doing that. Some people are also doing, No Shave November. We always have our luscious beards going. Well, they're not luscious, true, but they're at least something. What are we getting into today?
We're going to talk about store picks. I think that bourbon season is just starting, and it's an interesting thing of like, even if you don't find what you're looking for, maybe their store pick is a result of a hunt not spoiled.
Yeah.
Tonight, I'm actually going to open up Buffalo Trace. I got from Mirage Spirits in Texas. Go. I had this in the store, and it was phenomenal.
Hopefully, it's just as delicious.
Next on to Texas, I tried to get another bottle, and it didn't happen.
To be honest with you, that's one of the first times I've ever seen a Buffalo Trace store pick. I know other people have seen it, but in Texas, we don't get them that often. So that's kind of neat that you actually found one.
Yeah, it was dumb luck. I remember at the time I was just leaving my sister's graduation, and the next morning I was Googling liquor stores to hit up on my way out of town. And I stumbled upon Mirage, and the staff there was great. They had like a barrel of store picks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a literal barrel, and they just keep it as a cabinet or what have you.
It's a showcase. It's their showpiece, and and a lot of stores are doing that now. Liquor Kings does that I go to a lot. But what I love too is they are doing store picks, but they're also, another thing we're going to talk about is barrel picks. They also do barrel picks. And so to me, both of them are kind of intertwined. They're similar, but they're slightly different as well. And so I'm excited about talking about those. And I don't know if you guys know that if you go into a store, a lot of stores now are doing both. They're doing store picks and barrel picks. There's a lot of groups that are doing barrel picks as well.
I don't know why a store is selling both. It's the same thing as far as a store would go.
Yeah, I think it really depends because so for me, I've got, this one is this is a barrel pick because it's a single barrel from Old Elk that Liquor Kings did. So they did a barrel pick of this in very limited quantity, but then you've got here Specs that did a store pick, which they've got a lot more of. I can go into any Specs, and they all have this, store pick. So I think that's the slight difference.
That's just got complicated for even me. So let's start at the beginning. Store pick, is someone from the store, representative from the store, went to the distillery, contacted the distillery, got a certain amount of barrels allocated to them that they have picked out.
Yes.
Simple as that. Sometimes it's thousands of barrels. I live in an ABC state. So if we get a ABC pick, it's going to however many stores in Virginia versus somewhere in Texas where for the most part, they're all independent.
This is true.
So I actually didn't even taste this yet, but
I know I'm sitting here going, God, he hasn't even tasted it yet.
It's the wildest thing. It's like wild berries, almost raspberry, strawberry. It's a cluster of berries. I'll send you some because it has been a while since, and I'm glad I opened it.
That's awesome. And see, that is that what you really like about store picks? Because I know what I love about store picks, and I'm pretty sure we're very similar on that. But what's something you really love about a store pick?
A store pick is definitely, once you perhaps find a store pick that you like in that particular store, odds are you're going to like whatever they select next. Probably because it's the same person picking the next store pick. So if your palate is likened to their palate, you're going to enjoy the selections. Maybe, you get in the splitting hairs when it comes to Ryan versus Bourbon. However, I would feel more secure with shelling out money I wouldn't normally shell out for rye if I was at a Mirage.
Okay.
I have gotten 2 other store picks from them. I know one of them was a 1792, or am I making that up?
Nope.
I've gotten 2 other store picks. Oh, the old Scout.
Old Scout.
Yeah. Did not fail me. Took a while to open up, but it did.
Yeah.
And So I feel comfortable flying in, stopping by there, and picking up whatever the store pick is. And I think that that is something that is a benefit to buying store picks. If you can't find anything else, you spend all day looking for Elmer T. Lee, and all that's on the shelf is a larceny barrel pick. Try it.
Yeah.
Barrel strength larceny is hard to find. So if you
Yeah.
found a store pick, why not?
Well, and that's the reason I really truly love store picks. Store picks to me, like the larceny, you can go get larceny anywhere in the United States and it's going to be very similar. I mean, it's the same mash bill everywhere. You know, they blend it the same way. It might have a slight difference here and there, but like you said, it's cool to go into a store. And this is even better to me, like you said, when you travel. So traveling around, so say you're in another state and you can't find anything spectacular there, but one of the places has a store pick. And a lot of places now you can taste the store picks. And so you taste it, you love it. And it's like, that's just another cool memory to have is I was here, I got a store pick from this store. It's a memory. It's something different. It's a great gift. If you guys are looking to give a gift to somebody and you're in a store and you're like, I don't really know what to get, you know, even if they're like a whiskey person, like a super, you know, person who is really into bourbon and whiskey, get them a store pick from a place that they've never been to. They're going to love it because it's something they don't have and something they probably can't get. So I think that's one of the really cool
all the
parts.
time. Like
Yeah.
nothing else. I have a Woodford store pick I got from Oklahoma. You know, it's not like, oh, it's fantastic, but it was unique. It was something I'm not going to get here in Virginia. As I can't mention ABC State enough, but it's a thing. I think the one thing people should be cautious with are like not letting store picks turn into secondary.
Correct. Yeah. Don't overpay for it. I would say I agree with you. I think $5 to $10 more, you're in a good range. Anything past that, it's getting kind of secondary. Now that all depends on if it's an allocated bottle store pick, which you don't really see, but that's just something to take into consideration. So good point there, Gary.
Yeah. Like I know this Buffalo Trace, I did pay $50 for, but $20 of it went to charity.
That's awesome.
So I was fine with the cause that it was going to. Sorry, I don't remember the cause right now. However, that was the thing at the time. And I was like, yeah, not splitting hairs about it. And I flew back to Texas and I would have gladly paid another $50. But those are exceptions. When you know your stores or you like supporting your local businesses, do what you're going to do. I'm not here to tell you how to spend your money. I just think that as a cautionary thing, if you're new to bourbon, new to whiskey, and you're trying to explore store picks, it's one of those things to be cautious of. Like you don't want to spend too much money on it if you know what? Let me back that up. See if they'll let you taste it. Most
That's places what I was gonna say.
That I've ever been to normally have a bottle open. They're like, come over here, let's try it. And they'll share it with you.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
It, you're still into it and it's $20 above retail. That's up to you.
Yeah. No, totally agree. That's exactly what I was going to say is if you've never had it, don't buy it just because it's a store pick. Especially if it's a place you've never been to. Test it, try it, let them see if they don't allow you to try it, if it's a law like in the state or something, okay, I get it. But if they just don't want to open it to let you try it, walk away. Like in my opinion, and once again, that's just my opinion, unless it's something you're going to like, I always say try it. I think, that's the best option. I know for some places you can't, like, it's just not available, but yeah, I can't say enough. I love store picks. I think they're great. It's just a cool thing to have on your shelf. We also were talking about barrel picks. So Gary, I know you've got a really cool barrel pick and a good story behind yours because it came from one of your bourbon groups.
Yeah. So I would say the bigger difference, whether, whatever your state's doing with the barrel and store pick, very fine, be it, not a problem. However, I think barrel picks are a way to have fun with whiskey, bourbon, versus going to a store pick and necessarily being let down. So I'm in a bourbon group. I'm sure people are in bourbon groups, couple bourbon groups here and there. Some people are in multiple state bourbon groups. However, I do have here a store pick of New Riff. You guys have seen on the channel before. And then another bottle of New Riff, which I'm not sure if we've talked about at all. This one is a store pick. This one is a barrel pick. This one is far superior to this one. They're both New Riff single barrels, and there's nothing against this bourbon group. Like we've done other bottles, which I did love, but compared to this bottle, I don't know what it is. I've purchased 2 of these while they were still there.
And you purchased one for me because that's the most phenomenal New Riff I've had in a long time as well.
That is true. So technically I've purchased 3 bottles of it.
Yeah, it's great.
The only real difference here is that this is 107 and this is 113 as far as proof, but they're both single barrels. And it just goes to show, I guess, the diversity in barrels. I mean,
you can say the same thing in store picks, though. I've got 2 store picks in New Riff. I've got the one that you got me, and then I got another one. They're vastly different. The one that you have that you got me is vastly superior to the other store pick. And that's what I'm talking about. It's you never know, even with barrel picks, store picks, you never know what you're going to get. But that's the cool part. It's not going to taste like the one right off the shelf that everyone has. So that's just the nice part about it. So
yeah, if you're looking for uniqueness, it is definitely there.
Yes.
And also with barrel picks, if you're in a group, it's just fun. Like don't mortgage your house or anything like that. But if you just want to collect it because you like cool stickers or you just like a sense of belonging, join the bourbon group.
Yeah. I just like the cool stickers. I mean, that's just cool to me. I'm sorry. Like, you can't really complain. I think that's really neat.
I guess this one is says the return of New Riffsky, which the previous bottle was New Riffsky.
Okay.
But yeah, it's fun. It isn't like I offhand can't remember how much I paid for that, but it isn't like I'm going into this saying I'm getting a great deal or something like that.
Yeah.
It's a novelty thing and I'm fine with that. So, you know, all I can do is stress, set your budget, do your research, and then have fun. You like what you like.
Yeah. And, for us, like Garrett said, just have fun with this. That's the best part about this. And we really appreciate all the viewers out there and you guys taking time to listen to us ramble about, what we love and what we don't love. In the comments below, let us know what you guys think about your store picks. Let us know if you've had some really great store picks or if you haven't had some really great store picks, because I'm sure there's some pros and cons on those as well. Also, we'd love it if you've made it this far. That means you like our content. Hit that subscribe button. And then Garrett, take us away.
Doesn't matter if you like it neat, on the rocks, or in a fucking Coke. Store picks happen. Cheers.